Hey everyone, here with my friend Brendon Burchard, who is the world's leading high performance coach. So says Forbes, at least. And we are talking all about high performance, how to get out of a funk. What else? Gosh, there was so much we talked about.
Power of personal challenges, self-improvement, why you have a battle every day with Mark Zuckerberg and you should win some, stuff like that.
Yes, how to win the day against social media and how to claim back. Guys, 1 hour of your day equals 45 8-hour workdays a year. So your 1 hour of distraction a day on social media, TV, or whatever could be 45 8-hour workdays into you, your project, your dreams. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Better Together. When you know better, you get better. That's what we do here every single day. Today is part 2 of our amazing interview with Brendon Burchard. Our quote of the day comes from Brendon. We must remember we are not the sum of our intentions, but of our actions. Drop the mic, everybody. Heal Squad, Brendon is here to continue our conversation about being a high performance human and how to get over overwhelm, how to kind of get unstuck, how to go after what we want in our lives, how to take back all the time that we are giving elsewhere, whether it's social media, amazing television, and so much more. Listen, no judgment. You choose, but you got to remember that there is that time in there if you really want to go out and do something. And I just freaking loved this conversation so much. But before we get into that, we got to tell you about our amazing choices / picks at Macys.com/Better Together. You know, they're our partner. We're really grateful for their support on this show. And spring and summer is here, guys. So I have some amazing picks there that you will enjoy. Kelsey just got her yellow rug recently. I still have not seen the post.
To be honest, it's because I have hardwood floors now, and my old place had carpet, so carpet stuck on carpet, and so I need some, the
mat,
the grippy, exactly.
Okay, and you haven't finished decorating.
Correct.
Fair enough.
Maria, you know what I did? I got a new spoolie for my Anastasia gel eyebrow pot, and I got it from our shop page on Macy's. Phenomenal. It's my favorite gel, and you guys, it's on our page. It's so good.
I love it. Well,
so good.
Friends, I appreciate you guys using our link. Better Together is the landing page. So Macys.com/Better Together. Anything you buy through there is credited to us. And I know a lot of you are saying, but I like to shop in person at Macy's. So we're working on that. But we have some really cool picks for you. And I'm going to be adding some more summer choices now that it really is upon us. Like really, really upon us. But in the meantime, let's get back into our incredible conversation with Brendon.
Brendon, want you to talk about the funk thing, because I think that that's also another level of it, right? Where it's like, well, first of all, the boundaries and the lack of discipline to what matters. I'm framing that and putting it in my bathroom. But I do think the funk thing can be hard, right? Because it's like, I know a lot of people, especially after this pandemic and COVID's coming back, and it's not, and it's this, and it's that. And they're just like, oh my God, I'm just in this funk, and I don't know how to pull myself out or even be motivated. So I would love if you had any tips on that.
Yeah, I think start with realizing most funk is fatigue. Ooh. And it's mental fatigue. It's really mental fatigue. And people underestimate how much, mental fatigue we have throughout the day of just this. Every swipe is a decision and a judgment and a comparison at the same time. Like everything you see, you go, is it worthwhile of stopping on? Should I like it? Should I heart it? Should I comment? You just made like 10 decisions per post, and you went through 400 posts today.
Oh my God, I never thought about it like that.
Same. Wow.
It's people on social media is scientifically shown to lead to mental exhaustion. And so what happens, especially in our world, right? We're doing this over media. We're in the media world. It's mentally taxing. This is why meditation is so important. Mm-hmm. This is why a break from our screens is so important. This is why 8 hours of sleep is so important. It's why it's important to work out sometimes without media, right? It's like just to give your brain a beat, man. Most like funk equals mental fatigue. We need to get that person a break. We need to get that person a vacation, a meditation practice, a discipline of putting the phone away. Like, let's just free up some mental space to think. And most importantly, but most people don't realize, when I say mental fatigue, most people don't realize when I say free up mental space, that's how you feel the day again. See, our mind and our body has that connection we all know about, and our thoughts dictate our feelings and vice versa in so many ways. But we forget that the more mental clutter we have, the more we're pushing down the emotions and the feeling of life. And most people, when you really talk to them, what I found out, Maria, especially when I'm coaching people, what they really want, they just want to feel the day again.
Ooh, I never heard of that either.
They just want to feel the day again. This is that aliveness component I'm talking about. It's like, I went through all day. I don't feel it anymore. I kissed my husband goodbye, but I don't feel anything. I go to work and I went through I was there for 9 hours. I didn't feel any exhilaration, any ups, any downs. They're not feeling anything anymore. And it's usually because they're mentally fatigued. So much heaviness in the head pushes down the heart. And they're just like, I don't feel anything anymore. And then what happens when people don't feel anything anymore, instead of freeing up mental space, getting their calendar a little more organized, remembering the goals, connecting to them, visualizing, meditating. Instead of what they do is they go, and they throw everything away.
Yep.
That midlife crisis where they just break everything because they assume everything is broken. And often literally when we do psychoanalysis on people who have had a quote unquote midlife crisis, usually the crisis was impending doom from burnout and mental fatigue. And so we got to get you some mental space. We got to get, those self-help routines, now called wellness practices, that gives us some mental space. I think that is first, we got to reclaim mental space so we can feel the day. That's everything. And then the second thing is I literally draw out that triangle I talked about: aliveness, connection with others, meaningful pursuits, and growth. And all I would do is say, you know what, this week, can you do one thing to sense or move towards something on that triangle? What's one thing we could do this week to give a sense of aliveness? I'm going to go out with some friends. Oh, great. Well, you get connection there too. Or, you know what, I'm going to remember that I loved writing and I haven't done any writing forever. And I love writing. Okay. Let's give 30 minutes in the morning to write. Or I have this, I used to dance. Okay. Can we find a 30-minute block of time and a speaker to go put you in the garage and you can just dance for 30 minutes, like whatever you have to do, and just touch the helm of each of those things. Because that's all we want. More aliveness, more connection with others, more meaningful pursuits, and growth along the way. And so if we can touch any of those each week, we start feeling progress. We start feeling better. And so I say, clean up that mental fatigue and move towards one of those four things consistently each week, and you start to feel better.
I love that. I think that's so helpful. I think that one of the practices we've implemented here, and consistency is always the thing, is yoga nidra. Have you ever done yoga nidra?
You guys do that as a team?
Well, we've all learned it here and have applied it. And it's such a great way for people who aren't good at meditating and like being completely quiet, where they just take your awareness to different parts of your body. So someone's telling me what to do, which is great. And then I just do it. And then afterwards, I feel like I slept for 3 hours. I feel like so refreshed, and it was just 20 minutes. I think, Kelsey, for you, taking a break in the middle of the day, like at 2:00, I am in my room meditating. And if I feel not good, I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to let my body, and usually you just need 10 minutes. I'm not like sleeping for hours. I just kind of, either if I'm too tired to meditate originally, I'll close my eyes for a few minutes and then say, okay, I'm ready to meditate now. And then I'll meditate, or I'll do the post 10-minute nap. Whatever it is, the world's still going to go round and you're going to do it better, rather than letting the kettle get so hot and you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. You got to just let it go down.
Yeah.
And catch your breath and give yourself that mental break. But man, that 1 hour, so 1 hour a day, because you did the math already, 45 8-hour workdays.
That's so insane.
Yeah. Yeah, you do the math. Like, here we go. We'll do it together. It's like 1 hour times 365 days, right? 365 divided by 8-hour work days. It's like, I missed something there. Or divided by 60 and then 8-hour work days. And you go like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Then what's up happening is it's just a matter of, it's not judging people. Well, no matter what the math is, because some people have 30 minutes of distraction or something. It's just about a matter of looking at life from a bigger view.
Yeah.
We get so upset about the day or the hour lost, or we get so, enticed or attached to the win. And what you're really trying to do is develop character over a period of time and develop a happiness with our life. And, some people they'd prefer, I call it life satisfaction, whatever you want to call it. It's like, okay, am I getting better? And is my life improving so that I feel the day more? And when we move those little things we've talked about here, I just think it makes such a difference for people. And I also just say, give yourself grace along that path. Some people, they're really mentally fatigued and they're hard on themselves. Oh, they're effed.
Yeah. I told Kelsey the same thing today. You got to give yourself some grace. But I think it's like looking at it like a life diet, right? So when we go on a diet, let's say, for when I did it, I wrote down everything I ate in a week. Everything, the candy, the piece of gum, whatever it was. And I was able to evaluate it and say, okay, clearly carbs are my issue. I'm going to cut back. But if you're looking at your life and you see where you're putting all of your energy into, and so, yes, it's a non-judgment zone. So yeah, we're doing social media, we're watching all this amazing television. And then you say, well, what do I really want? If I really want to build a business, but these are the habits that I have that are taking up all, like I look at this and I'm like, this is my energy reserve. Am I going to have anything left in here? Because I'm giving it to all this other stuff over here. And then I got nothing left to give to me. So,
yes.
And to my pursuits. So look at it like a life diet and say, okay, well, for the next 6 months, I'm going to quit Instagram. And that's going to give me back 30 minutes of my life a day. Usually it's like 2 hours for everybody. But anyway, I'm going to give myself that time back. And now I have time to go meditate and get better. And let's just see how it works. I don't know. I'm probably going to go back to Instagram after because I know it makes me feel really good. It doesn't make us feel good in the end. Guess what's going to make you feel good? Creating a new, healthier practice with that time. And then that's going to continue to take you where you really want to go. We had this conversation today. I'm like, where do you really want to go? If you go to Instagram because it's numbing you and you feel like, oh, I get that little numbing. Okay, great. But that's not giving you what you want. Doing this over here is really what you want. So yeah, it's like going to the gym. It's going to suck for the first 2-3 days until you get into that new habit because you're used to this. But you put it over here. Now you're actually moving in the right direction of where you want to be. Yeah.
And you'll feel proud when you battle your distractions and you win a little bit each day. Mm-hmm. It's like, I know I'm in a battle. This was built by the smartest people in the entire world. The best engineers in the world have been focused on one task, keep you engaged on stuff that they're creating. And when I win, where I engage my day on things that matter to me, not the things they said, but the things that matter to me, that daily engagement of things that matter to me or deepen the relationship or make me come alive or make me feel like I'm growing, that's a win. And I really believe when people go, oh, I'm in this battle and I won today, it feels good. I tell people all the time, you don't know it, but you're in the fight for your life because everyone else wants to take your life. They want you to be like them. They want you to do this. You're in a battle. And if you don't feel motivated, what happens is sometimes people say, Brendon, I lost my motivation. Oh, you haven't lost your motivation. You stop focusing on what you're fighting for.
Yes.
When you reconnect to what am I fighting for? If you don't love the phrase fighting for, what do I love for? What do I serve for, give for? And when we reconnect with that, we don't lack motivation. It's that why are people so motivated on January 1? They're looking at their goals. They're dreaming, they're visualizing, and this motivation comes up. Well, you can do that every morning. What are we fighting for? What are we living for? What are we serving for? And one of mine is, I know it's so simple, but I'm like, I love when I win the battle of the day. Win the day. When you win the day and you know that there's battles in that day, and I know not everyone loves the war metaphor there, but I know I'm battling these guys. And it makes me feel good as a Montana kid, as a dumb kid from Montana, truthfully. I'm like, I love that Zuckerberg didn't beat me today. I love it.
Because he's the smartest man in the world. I love that.
I love that guy. But you know what? I beat him today.
Dead. That's amazing.
I beat him today. They didn't take me down today. You know what? I got that mean, comment or DM or that crappy email from somebody. I look at it and go, ain't gonna beat me today. And that little like part of us that wants to win the day and live our lives is everything. I wrote this book called The Motivation Manifesto. And the thesis was that what we all want is a greater sense of personal freedom in life. And we don't realize it, but often that's what we're building towards. Personal freedom being, I want to live my life authentically and freely as who I am, without both the internal demons and the outside pressure to be something else. And I want to be able to pursue the things that are meaningful to me, meaningful pursuits. And that's freedom. When we have that, when I can be who I am and pursue the things that matter to me, I feel alive, I feel great. The more I let this take me down their wormholes or their path, the more life feels like a slog because it's not authentic to what we want to engage in and what we find meaningful. So everyone's got to hear this. If you get one thing from this, you're in a battle each day. Mm-hmm. Win some more of them. You'll feel great.
Wow. What a great way to end. Damn. I never thought about it like that, but you're right. And it goes back to kind of that model of like, you only have so much energy and you have all these things taking your energy. What are you gonna compromise and say, yeah, no, you're not winning me. I'm going to win me.
Sorry, Zuckerberg.
Sorry, Zuckerberg. Sorry, everybody else. Sorry, Twitter man. Sorry, TikTok man. Sorry, coworker who Bye-bye. We don't luckily have that. But, people have so many battles all day long with all these different people. And then you get addicted to the chaos and then you don't know how to live without it. So it's like, you gotta win your day for you without being selfish. And that's not meaning any kind of selfishness, right? Because nobody we know that's winning their day is really that selfish. Everyone's usually giving because they feel so good, they have to give back. But
that's right.
But damn, I love that. This is so fun. We should do it again.
Truly. I don't remember the last time I took 3 pages of notes. I'm literally like feverishly writing in here. So thank you for everything.
So cool.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Thank you for hounding me down and making sure this happens because, I'm such a fan of Maria's anyway and love your show. And
thank you.
Your audience is awesome. And it's a blessing we get to do this. And, I know we've just recently become friends, but I've just enjoyed it so much and I'm grateful.
Thank you. Me too. So we will put in our summary everything, GrowthDay and of course, Brendon.com and your Instagram and everything. So everybody has it. And thank you again for taking the time to stand here with us. It's a whole new thing. Good. I love it. I'm going to start applying it sometimes when I need to have that energy, And
well, you felt that, right? When you do an E and the other things, it's like when you're standing in the studio, it just feels so different throughout the day, And I'm shifting. I mean, I'm like all over the place. So
it's incredible. I love it.
The problem with Zoom is it made us all go like this. And I was like, in real life, you kind of you talk with your friends and you're kind of moving around and, and I was like, I got to get that back. I want to, otherwise on Zoom, I was like this all the time, kind of.
Yeah. Brendon, do you meditate every day?
Yeah, I do. I do the release meditation technique.
What's that?
And so it's kind of an offshoot of TM, but it's, I started it because what happened for me was, meditating to a sound or meditating with quote unquote no goal didn't work for me. And I was like, well, the reason I meditate, I have a reason. I meditate because I want to release my thoughts and I want to release tension into my body. Those are 2 outcomes. Like, I know you're not supposed to have a goal in meditation. I'm like, those are 2 things I practically need to do every day. So my mantra is the word release. And what I do is I close my eyes. I repeat the mantra release out loud first, like 10 times out loud. And then I take it internally and I keep repeating the word release. And if my mind wanders somewhere, as soon as I sense that it's wandering somewhere, I'll focus on a part of my body, similar to the meditation you were talking about. And I'll make sure I just release the tension in that part of the body. And then I'll come back to just the mantra, release, release, release. And I do that anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes. Similar to what you shared, I'd say for probably 40% of the time, I fall asleep. I'll nap out for 5 or 10 minutes. And if the clock is going and I still have, 10 or 20 minutes, whatever it's on the clock left, I'll come back into the mantra and finish. But sometimes, if my body's tired, I'll fall asleep, but every day. I'm similar around yours. I like it like 2 to 2:30 kind of standpoint. If I miss it, I always get it in at the end of the day before I go and see my wife. It's like release the day. I used to drive up to the house and I'd sit in the car. I'd do a release meditation for 10 minutes before I went to the house. Cause now I need to go in as the partner, as the husband, as the lover, not as in, Brendon battling the day guy. And so I also use it as a transition with people.
A transition
with people.
What do you mean?
Yeah. So meaning like, okay, I'm doing this with you. Now, if I had to go to a team meeting right now, I have 15 minutes between all my meetings, and I just do a release meditation before that next meeting to let go of, okay, I was just doing this part of Brendon, but now I got to do this different part of Brendon. And so I'm going to make sure that I release the energy or the thoughts of that previous experience before going to the next thing. Same as when I, used to go to work, pull up to the house, release meditation, then go see Denise. So I got to release the day before I talk with my mom or my wife or my team or something. So I think it's just so many people are bouncing from one interaction, one obligation to another, and they're carrying that weight or that baggage of that previous thing that happened 60 minutes ago.
Yeah. And
the other day, Denise and I were doing a session. We get, proactive counseling and coaching and therapy, and all this stuff, because I just think everyone should have a coach. And what had happened is we had a gardener in, and they had I think it's called a weed whacker, right?
The thing that's going on right outside of here right now.
Oh, do you have? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And
Kelsey had to go out and be like, can you go over there, please?
They hit a rock and it shattered this huge, you see these windows behind me? It shattered one of them right there.
Oh boy.
And I was just pissed. And then of course I went into that session upset. So when it doesn't go well, right?
Nope.
It's like, we have to learn to release the pressure of the day, the negative experiences, the upsets and the hurts in life before the next thing where we're supposed to do well for somebody. And so that's how we came up with the release meditation technique. And it's like 2.5 million people have learned it, and it's really, really helpful.
Wow. I love that. All
Where
right.
can we find it?
That's probably on Brendon.com.
It's, you just type it in Google. I think I did a video on it 7 or 8 years ago, and release meditation technique. And there's also music on that particular video that people always love.
So cool.
That they can do along with it. Yeah.
That's great. Brendon, thank you so much. All right, Queens. That is the end of Brendon so far, but I know he's going to have to come back. That was so fun and like entertaining and super educational.
Yes. Pooja and I were saying, it's like, she said it so well. He says things in this way that's you can digest easily. It's not like he's yelling it at you or like overwhelming you. I was like, wow, okay, I can implement this. I can do this.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed him. And it's funny because from what he posts on social, that is not what I thought I was going to get.
No way.
He seemed a little more intense, like with his posts and his quotes and that sort of thing. And then he came on and I was like, oh my gosh, I love you. Not that I did it, but it was even better than I expected.
But you know what? Energy is different with different people.
True.
So I'm going to carry a certain energy that begets a certain energy, right? So maybe with me, he felt comfortable just, not having to be
overdo it.
That where when you're on social media, you're performing, right?
Very true.
You have to you're in front of the camera, you're delivering, there's a performance element to it.
You're right.
In a sense. So here it's two friends talking, It's a different energy.
Absolutely.
Right?
And I loved it. Yeah.
Like if you have me and Tony talking or me and, Lisa Billio, it's going to be different than when they're doing social. So I think that's kind of probably why.
Probably.
And also the environment can always be different, right? If he's on with, George Stephanopoulos, maybe it'll be a different kind of energy. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe you feel like you have to be a little buttoned up. Mm-hmm. But here we're like cussing and stuff.
I know,
I'm kidding.
It's so fun. So fun though. But I love it because it's always, when you can make learning fun, it's just better.
Yeah.
Instead of it being like this, I know I can speak for every millennial when we don't learn that way. We don't learn well that way. And Gen Z, I'm sure too. So I really liked that a lot.
I know. Well, Kevin is similar with his like lessons. He's so intense. And I'm like,
yeah,
it's a lot. I know it's well meant, so I have to like wiggle my way through. But I understand that as well. But I will say that 1 hour a day is so friggin' powerful.
Holy cow.
And, we all do make a million excuses. I can't work out. And then you see The Rock's working out at 3 a.m. Or, Mark Wahlberg wakes up at 4 a.m. to work out and he's working a 20-hour day. Like everybody has to understand that if you really want something, you're going to do it. It's just your why, like you said. And so, Kevin has certain things he really wants. Well, are you putting your attention there or are you putting it on Mini Coopers? I'm totally messing with him right now, but you know what I mean? He's searching for his little car that he wants. But the distractions, you have to be so careful about how much is going in because don't tell me you don't have time if your screen thing is saying that you spent 2 hours on Instagram. Mm-hmm. I know I'm the same thing. I just told Kevin the other night, and it's only because I'm focusing with my meditations. It's like, do I really want to spend 2 hours of my evenings? Not always, but right now we've had some really good TV consumption on TV.
Right.
Why? When I could actually be learning and growing and getting better and getting to the next level in my life and my personal fulfillment, not just money or success or anything like that.
Right.
Right. And so like creating new habits that are going to benefit me and maybe my potential children someday. And I don't know, like I want to be more disciplined with my time in that way, not disciplined where I'm back to back scheduled and like that. No, discipline with, I want to have my free time.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to help you, Queen, get out of your funk a little bit by, we used to do these things that Tony taught us where it's like random hours of dance where I used to do them at E. No one really appreciated it, I don't think. But some fun people did. So I would come in and it'd be like every day at 12:03, the dance party would start for like a minute and we'd like dance all the way around and go crazy. And then, boo. And it's just an energy shift. Absolutely. Rather than just sitting and like I said, the kettle's running hot because now you're rolling calls and you're emailing.
Right.
Go do something.
Right.
Go scooter. We've got scooters. Let's go scooter down the street.
I actually popped on my bike last night because I was like getting that, and I popped on my bike, threw on my big headphones, blasted my music, and just biked around my neighborhood, and it helped me so much. So much. So his like little triangle thing.
Yeah.
I want to draw that and like maybe hang it up in my bathroom or something because
make it a social post, Pooja.
Oh, that's I wrote it down in big bold letters, social post. I was going to make that my background of my phone.
Yes,
because I'm so obsessed.
Good. And also just like cleaning up the mental fatigue, like all that social, all that blah, that just goes into like, and then you don't feel. And I think that really struck a chord with me. It's like, I'm just going through the motions and not feeling because I'm like going from that to then pop it on here. And it's like, cut the phone, cut what you don't need.
Also, like, I love how he said, win the day.
Yes.
Like, win it, like, make it like a fun game, like, for yourself.
Yes.
It's easy to be like, oh, shoot, like, I'm so, like, bad. I'm spending, you can take that statistic and you can make it like a scary thing and try to use fear as motivation. But I like how he's instead being like, no, like take the power back. Like he's making it a positive thing. It's not a fear-based motivation, which I so appreciate it because I don't work that way. I don't feel like a lot of people do either. If like people are trying to scare me into doing something, I'm like,
bye.
Yeah. I'm like, no. But if it's like, no, take it back for you and you do that, then you'll feel great. I'm like, yeah, like I want to delete Instagram right now, even though I'm obviously not because it's work, but I'm probably not going to use my account really anymore. Like what's the point?
I really wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah,
oh my God. My like dream for anybody who isn't already tied to it. Don't let the devil get you.
Truly, though.
It's just not, everybody I know who's removed it is the happiest they've ever been. Mm-hmm. Everybody.
I know they just did a story on Selena Gomez, how she deleted hers after she hasn't had it for 3 years, I think. And she was just saying how she's like, I've never been happier. I've never been more present. Like,
we need her on to talk about that.
Yes. Oh my God. I would love to have her on.
But I think also it's like, if you're in this moment where you're feeling like overwhelmed, schedule some alarms on your phone to take a 5-minute walk around the yard.
Yes.
Or not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes.
30 seconds.
But set the alarm. And when you get the alarm, you get up no matter what's happening and you just walk.
Yeah.
You're going to see. You just got to keep building these new patterns. You're just letting everything just continue to vibrate and explode you.
Kels,
I can feel it. It's very intense.
Well, I was saying that to Kevin too, because like, I mean, Kevin has a whole nother take on it, which is interesting, but working with some of his cool people that he found. But it like doesn't make sense. It's like, it needs to come out of my body. And so that's how,
But that's why you got to go like tumble or whatever.
Yeah.
You need like some physicality. But that's why I told you, you have a Peloton right there.
I know.
Go move. You have no excuse. But
during the workday time.
So no, you don't have to shower, but you have a shower right there.
Yeah, that's true.
I told you, you can just go move, put some headphones on and just feel like you're doing something. But you've got to push yourself to say, I'm going to stop right now for 10 minutes. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to create a new habit where every day you live closer now. You cut at least 20 minutes, 25 minutes off your drive. Get here earlier, get on there, do a quick body shower. After, keep your makeup on, do a quick body shower and get in.
That's a good point.
Or
Very good point right there.
Even like we can walk to like the coffee shop that's right down the street. I know like when I did that when it was warmer, it was so
does
nice.
help,
yeah, like if you don't want to do like a whole intense thing.
Take little Winnie on a walk.
Yeah, Winnie can come with us.
She loves it. She needs it. We all need it.
Yeah, it's true.
A team walk.
Team walk.
But
coffee shop.
these are the habits you have to build for yourself.
Absolutely.
So that you don't lose your mind. And also, you know, what happens is we tank our success before it's even like fully formed because we're like, I can't do anymore. I know I was there. I was like, I can't. But I also was dealing with a lot of nasty forces where it was really like I was in the ring with Tyson for so many years. So I definitely got to a place where I was like, I can't. You're not saying I can't. You're just like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. But you'll get to that place if you don't start to let some steam out.
Truly.
And find some quick releases. It's so simple, very simple things, but it's the discipline, like he says, of scheduling it in your phone. So every 2 hours, you take one little stroke around the yard or come in once a week, a half hour early, just to get on that treadmill or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Agreed.
Queens, this was another amazing episode.
So good.
So grateful to Brendon. His Instagram is @Brendon Burchard. We'll put all of his stuff in the summary of this episode. And please, friends, help us share this with people. It will help them. It also helps us as we're growing this show. You guys are an integral part of helping us. Word of mouth is everything. Your reviews are everything. Whenever someone wants to see if the show is great, they go and they check out the reviews. So we're so grateful to all of you for being on this journey to getting better together and all of us helping each other through it. So thank you. We love you. And remember, be nice people, make good choices, and be present.